Do you think anybody like had any kind of card that they had as like a Godzilla?
I don't know. Like Max, are you part of that streaming stuff?
Mm-mm. I don't
I wonder like if
stream.
anybody had a Godzilla deck and they like this is just messing them up right now because people are like, oh, this is my new Godzilla Commander deck. And like, what? Only I play with Godzilla. Like it was Galta or something,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah,
and
we're
that one just
live.
completely. Oh hey!
Hey,
Hey.
what's up? This is episode 3 of Zack Talks Magic Cards featuring Joe Hofmann and our special guest Max Crandell.
What up? Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no
Hey
problem, dude.
Max,
Anything you want to say? You good?
Uh,
introduce yourself,
Yeah,
Max. Who are
hi.
you?
yeah.
Hi, I'm Max Crandell, as the Canadian people call me, those CCO boys. I'm one of the co-hosts of Commander Central, where we talk Commander twice a week. I think that
Wow,
sounds right.
Is it twice a week
nice.
every week? Oh,
Typically twice a week every week.
that's not supposed to be
That's
there.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. All right. What does the next screen say? I don't know. Thank you for
What's going on there?
Yep, it says thank you for viewing. Thanks for
Yeah.
the people that seem to be in chat, which I see like 2 people. That's legit. No
Glad we have those two people. They could be watching Riverdale. They're having a musical right now, and Pixie Kitten is also streaming. So
Is
yeah,
the
of all the
Disney
choices you had,
sing-along
thanks
still
for
going on too?
what'd you say?
The Disney sing-along, I think, is tonight.
Oh, is it?
what?
Yeah, the
Man,
live
we picked a
Disney
bad time to
sing-along.
do this.
Right? I mean, it was the technical difficulties of yesterday.
True. It was the time warps that Zack had created. He was following Teferi's lead on that one. So
It's true. I do like to jack with time. Take some
Yeah.
extra turns. All right, you guys ready to get into these cards? These listener submitted cards and whatnot.
Let's
no
do
doubt.
it.
I thought you were just gonna say no. That would have been my play. All right, no, no, what's happening? It
Uh-oh.
showed the wrong card.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Back into history. Back into history.
Yep. Let's see.
So, Max, now would be a good time to ad lib for us to ask you
Yeah.
some questions.
Ask me questions.
Yeah, so me and
Uh-oh.
Zach, we're going to try to ask some of our guests a question. If you get it wrong, we'll just forget about you. But if you get it
Oh,
right,
Oh
we'll
yeah.
add you to
To
like
a
our
list.
gold bordered Hall of Fame because we all know gold
Ooh.
bordered cards are like, tier one. And then it's
Legit.
like white bordered cards and then normal bordered cards.
Where does silver line up in all this? At the very bottom?
Yes.
I'm not actually
Okay.
sure. I didn't know there were silver bordered cards, so I'll have to do research.
All the
more on that.
uncards.
Are all the uncards?
Oh, no, I guess that's true.
Is it?
I wonder if Magic would ever come back. Like they're doing all these different frame arts. It would be interesting to see if they're like the next secret layer, like white bordered fetch lands.
Ooh, I hope not. Although white
Man,
border.
that-
I mean, I would straight up buy whiteboard fetch lines if they were cheap.
Really?
Yes, I don't care.
Enemy or allied?
Enemy. I have places that's allied already.
Oh man, somebody already said you blew it. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, hi, Andy.
we're on now with CVD's card.
Oh,
There we go.
okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Yep. Plunge into darkness. It's 1 and a black for an instant. Choose one. Sacrifice any number of creatures, then you gain 3 life for each sacrificed creature. Or pay X life, then look at the top X cards of your library and put one of those cards into your hand and remove the rest from the game. Entwine for 1 black, or for black, you can do both. Porque no los
Ooh.
dos. What do you guys think about this one? I like
I
it.
love sacrificing creatures and gaining life, so
Same.
I'm all for this card.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a good aristocrats kind of card. I've never seen this before, just now, so I definitely am gonna add this to a list of things I want to play. Oh snap, CVD, you got here just in time to see your card.
Oh,
Woohoo!
Dr. Doom's here. I would say I really like the Entwine. I'm always a big fan of different Entwine cards. Probably what the most popular Entwine card is Tooth and Nail.
For sure.
Yeah,
Is
so
it?
I would say I think so. I'm trying to think of what are other like well-known Entwine cards.
I don't know.
No idea. Tooth and nail.
Tooth and nail.
Tooth and Nail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say for this one, yeah, definitely
Okay, is it working again? You got it? Are you in, Dana Roach?
Hey! Oh, man, I thought we had, like, timed away and I was able to sneak in
Oh,
that
there we
extra
go.
Red Bull drink.
Sweet.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I just drink on camera. I don't care. Water.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Sweet.
I just wanted to use my hand cozy so people didn't know what drink I was drinking.
So like I saw some like etching on that can. Is that like a special edition Red Bull? Like
Well,
Corona
now what you
Dome?
told everyone. This one is a legendary trip, which I probably won't be doing now.
What do you mean? It's probably, you can go anywhere and you won't see much of a crowd.
It's true.
Yeah, that is true. There's people playing basketball, so I can still probably go on that trip.
Yeah.
CC Ryan is trying to sabotage you guys with his internet.
Well,
I would believe that.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
except I don't use that satellite internet. I use the cable modem internet. Honestly, I think it was I jacked with my laptop and the cable came out again because
Oh no.
the cable, or not the cable, the laptop like Ethernet port's real janky. Alright.
You need an
sounds like
upgrade,
a thing.
Zack.
What's up?
You need an upgrade.
Yeah, I need a new laptop.
So it sounds like we're into Plunge into Darkness. Are we ready to plunge into the next card?
I'm down.
Ooh, great segue.
Right?
Thank you.
It's like you're a pro, Joe. It's like you're a pro.
Practice that one.
All right, Tackle Maggot. This is from BearMaulings. This looks like a card that I would straight up just counter, but Max, you want to read it?
Yeah, let me pull it up since I can't read it on my slide here.
Cool. Joe, we should talk about some stuff.
Yeah, so Tackle Maggot. Max, I can read this one for you.
Oh,
It says,
sweet.
enchant creature at the beginning of the upkeep of enchanted creature's controller, put a -0, -1 counter on that creature. When enchanted creature is put into a graveyard, that creature's controller chooses a creature that Tackle Maggot could enchant. If he or she does, return Tackle Maggot to the battlefield under your control attached to that creature. If he or she doesn't, return Tackle Maggot to the battlefield under your control as a non-aura enchantment. It loses enchant creature and gains at the beginning of that player's upkeep. Tackle Maggot deals 1 damage to him or her.
I mean, that was a lot of text. I would just straight up counter this.
Please don't make me reread it.
No.
It's a very interesting card. It's super
is.
old. It's from Legends.
Yep.
The
The art's cool.
the art is super cool.
Yes. I think when we first were talking about this card, I had a very Shakespearean talking to the skull kind of thing that it's doing.
Some Hamlet business.
Yes, that is definitely how I view this card. So
I don't know if I would run it these days in the modern days of EDH.
Right?
No.
I feel like people are just gonna burn you and be like, yeah, I don't want to put it on something. Here, take a point of damage every turn.
could maybe see that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dope. Let's check the next one. Or what?
Are we frozen?
No. Are you frozen?
Maybe. In time.
Yeah, time is a construct, baby.
Okay.
Karn is a construct.
Got there. All right, let's check out this next one. Drain power. Oh, we did freeze for a second? Jeez.
I think there's just some lags. I think your chords, you keep touching them, and you probably should leave them alone.
I'm not touching them, dude. I'm not touching
I
them.
don't believe you.
I'm not touching the cord.
Max, would you like to read Drain Power?
Yeah, let's go. We have Drain Power. It's a sorcery for blue. Target player activates a mana ability of each land he or she controls, then empties his or her mana pool. Add mana to your mana pool equal to the type and amount emptied from that player's mana pool this way.
This was submitted by G3 from MTG Lexicon. He came down to Austin and we met him for his work purposes. I think this is kind of a dope card.
Yeah, a dope card from some dope people. MTG Lexicon is always awesome. That's where I like to enjoy my Saturday nights, so definitely go check them out. I'm glad that this card, I didn't know about this one. Sorcery Speed seems interesting. It feels like you would want to target maybe a blue player that was just kind of keeping mana up, or maybe somebody that was doing like, Wilderness Reclamation or Seaborn Muse.
Yeah.
If they're able to untap and they have all their lands, if you're able to kind of pull all that mana out from them.
Well, I'm wondering because it taps the land or all of them, anything that makes mana, right, on their side, on your. So like that definitely is like some combo protection. I feel like.
Yeah,
and some ramp.
the only downside is they can respond and just tap their lands, and then
Oh.
whatever is left, you're gonna steal that mana, but they can use it all, if they have instants and stuff before this resolves.
That's true. I wish this were an instant.
Yeah.
But in a way, you're definitely trying to force them to either tap all out or you're trying to force something for blue. Blue mana, I'm assuming, is probably important. Nobody really plays Simic, so blue mana is probably hard to come by with the other color pairings.
So I can see myself playing this.
I'd rather just run a counter spell, I think. I'm with Zack on this one.
I said I would run it.
Fair.
Oh, then you should just run a counter spell.
Oh, so are you telling me
this is a second rift? Yeah, run a second rift.
Yeah, I guess I could play the Intern's Tears.
Is that what you call Cyclonic Rift?
No, what is it? Not Flood of Tears. What's the one that?
Yeah, it's Flood of Tears.
It's Flood of Tears.
What's the other one?
Cyclonic Rift.
Oh,
River's
that's right.
Rebuke.
River's Rebuke is TH's Rebuke.
No,
The Intern, not the Gin Turn, not to be confused.
I thought you were gonna go with like an evacuation, which is like the hands coming down.
Yep.
What are you doing? Weird. All right, let's.
I should have worn all green so people could like screen grab these ones. I'm sure they probably still can. But
Did you see the meme where they did it to the Queen?
yes.
So
I thought
good.
those were like hilarious.
I was glad that someone did it because I thought it, and then I was like, huh, and then I just started seeing the memes. I was like, yes. So this is Iron Maiden submitted by @Anchor City Boots. Anchor City Boots. If you want to sponsor us, let me know. But I'm just kidding. Iron Maiden's 3 for an artifact that says during each of your opponent's upkeeps, Iron Maiden deals 1 damage to that player for each card more than 4 in his or her hand. I like this. I'd play it.
I have always been a big Maiden fan. Number of the Beast is one of my favorite ones from them. So as far as this card goes, that was such a dad joke. It wasn't even good. As far as this card goes, seems decent. You definitely want to be hitting the player that has quite a few cards. I think if you pair this one up with the like Folio of Fancies, which allows all your opponents to hold or have like maximum hand size, that one's going to be really good to pair these with, so you can really start dealing damage to them.
I wonder if I could kill someone by like Blue Sun Zenithing them or stroking them with or Stroke of Geniusing them with this out.
Ooh.
I want to try that. This is going in Kenrith. I can feel it.
Well, that could be good.
All
What
the
are you
dirty. Go ahead.
What are you cutting to put this into Kenrith? A land?
Yeah, probably. I hear lands are
land.
real overrated.
Yeah, they're super
Not
overrated.
Great. Not great.
Yeah.
That's what I always do is I build a deck that's got 38 lands in it, and I put 38 in so I can feel okay cutting like 4 or so of them out for better cards.
I'm of the thought process that with higher CMCs... Oh, hello. Evening, everyone.
What's
hello.
up?
Hello.
I'm of the thought process that the more land you run means the less spells you run. So I know you both hate that theory and feel like there's plenty of holes you could poke through that, but that's my theory. For the
I mean, how many? Wait, you said the more lands you run, the less spells.
Which technically,
true.
it's
That is
true.
Yeah,
true.
it's not wrong.
Yeah, it's not right, but if that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yeah, Big Papa
Could be
knows what's
joking,
up.
Henry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Welcome
of.
to Teferi's random freeze zone. Sorry if there are some random freezes.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. Weird. Yeah, I put this in Kinter. That's where I'm putting all my gross stuff right now. I have a stasis in there.
Yeah.
I'm getting a
That's
static
where you
orb.
just... That does sound... Were you supposed to send me a static orb?
No, that was a Trinisphere.
That's what it was.
That's a fun card.
Yeah, I definitely like altered it for you and everything, but Ryan hasn't mailed it yet because it's supposed to mail with a microphone, and I don't know why it hasn't all mailed.
I think Ryan's not doing that for like my play group. I think he's trying to help them out actually, so they don't have to suffer through that.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
I found 3 of them at random, and it's a pricey card. I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna draw on this. I'll just give you another one.
The more I look at this Iron Man, the more I realize that the children in the Chronicles of Narnia really lucked out in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that really could have backfired on them.
Yeah.
That's not where I would want to hide for hide and
Right.
seek.
Definitely not. Or maybe it is, because you're like, nobody's going to check this bad boy.
Yeah, but you
Or
know,
girl.
I mean, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is allegory, right? You know, you take this. You know, Aslan is an allegory for what, Jesus. So you get in this thing, and then you get to meet Jesus. Seems the same.
Interesting. Takes you to your doom.
Okay. That's a hot take by Zack, everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna get canceled. All right, let's check out this
All right.
next one.
Moving on quickly.
To
Scumbag. I suggested this one.
Yeah, you want to read it?
This is my Bay Dragon Lord Jamoga. It's 4 green and a white for the best legendary Elder Dragon. She can't be countered, has flying and lifelink, and my opponents can't cast spells during my turn.
What's the power and toughness?
5/7.
Dude, I love how you're just like stone cold staring at the camera, knowing it from memory.
I do. I have to know it from memory.
Do you? I mean, I don't know all my cards by memory.
You don't know all your commanders by memory?
You're looking at the guy who sometimes forgets to mill himself when he plays Emery, and that's like the best part of Emery is that it mills you.
Oh, that's right.
I hope Zack like casts Kenrith and he's like, "What's this guy do? Like, what's this like?"
Whatever.
Mono blue player who taps all his mana every turn.
It's true. That is me. Like, I do want to like tap it for some reason. I don't know why.
But then Zack's trying to convince you that he's holding up Pact of Negation with everything tapped out. You're like, nah.
It's like, Zack, you've already cast that once. Well, I recurred it and I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe that. So Dragon Lord Dramoka, I've played against your deck, I think a couple times, at least 2 times now, Max, and I'm always surprised by this thing. I think I've texted you multiple times being like, wait, I can't cast spells during your turn, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably the most important, the fact that it can't be countered. It also has that, Conqueror's Foil ability, so opponents can't be casting spells. That's very strong. I've seen you cast True Conviction with this, and it's terrifying, very terrifying.
Yeah.
Factor Fiction.
Or as Dana says, I have to cast Factor Fiction with this on the stack.
All right, I guess we'll call this card dope. Max likes it.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I trust Max's judgment. So
we
got
that's a rough bet there.
Right?
Yeah.
Here we got Vernal Equinox. It's 3 and a green for enchantment. All players may play creature and enchantment spells at any time he or she could play an instant.
Not during Max's turn when he has Dragon Lord Jamoke out.
That's right.
That is true.
You got that.
Oh, that's important. So this is like a flash for instants and creatures?
Enchantments,
creatures. Yeah, creatures and enchantments for 4 mana.
Very, very unique. Very
specific
on what you get to cast.
It's kind of a weird effect to see in green too, I feel like.
I'm wondering if this is... Oh, yeah. Wondering if this is one that you're gonna want, like who are the 2 group hug guys, the Kiranos and Tiro?
Yeah,
I feel like those guys might want this if it's like an enchantment theme and they're able to start like just dropping enchantments.
Do you play this in your enchantment deck, Max?
No, I do not. I'm not a big group hug fan, so I don't want to give my opponents equal advantage as I have.
Well, legit. I get that.
But imagine if you let Chris play whatever enchantments out of his Mogus deck.
No, I don't want that.
No, I don't ever want to be playing a Mogus deck. It's like I have a friend who has one. It's just, I don't know. I don't love the turns, the damage every turn.
I
just
take it. It's a fun deck to play against.
It definitely sets you on a clock. You're definitely going to start taking damage and need to figure out how you're going to deal with Mogus quickly.
Yeah. I mean, Vernal Equinox is definitely one of those cards where you play it when you think you're going to be able to win. Yeah. It's not something you play right away on turn 4 and let everybody take advantage of.
For sure.
Yeah. You never want people to take advantage of you in Magic or in real life.
The more you know.
Right? All right. Who wants to do this one?
Ooh, Path of Discovery. So we have an enchantment for 3 and a green. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it explores. So it has a little Dora moment. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on the creature, then put the card back or put it into your graveyard. So there's some self-mill graveyard things going on there.
Yep. And this one was suggested by Cable Beck, which that's the most X-Men like name for someone I've ever heard. I love it.
Pretty sure they are an X-Men. Very extraordinary.
Yes. I like it.
Do you like Path of Discovery though?
I think it's interesting. I don't play enough like creature heavy decks to really play it, but I feel like this card could maybe do work. Have you played with it, Max?
I have played with it. I've ran it in a token deck before. I love it. The fact that it's any creature versus non-token creature.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see that clause. And, it's just a way to get those land clumps out of the way in your deck. If you drop 3 or 4 tokens or 3 or 4 little bodies and you just keep hitting lands, you just build your hand up, which is really nice.
Oh, it looks like I run Path in my Victus deck. It's really good. I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Legit.
Really,
apparently, there's an accusation on Joe here. Joe ambushed me, and that was the card I was trying to fit into the deck I'm working on. I love it though. Why'd you ambush this person, Joe?
I don't know.
Was this like the time you stabbed me in the back in Vegas?
Definitely not like that one at all. I feel like this one would probably be good in any kind of like graveyard decks too. If you're able to like recur those creatures and get them back, and then get a trigger off this, and you're able to get the land, that's solid.
For sure.
Dope.
Sorry for the ambush. My apologies. These guys look like they're getting ready to ambush that temple, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Gotta find the city's blessing, man.
Definitely. They are trying to, what is that, 10 non-land permanents?
10 permanents.
Oh, even better.
Wait, to get City's Blessing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I have a random a foil City's Blessing token. I'm like, I use this every once in a while.
That one's so beautiful. I love that one. I actually don't have that one. I'm probably gonna go buy one now. Dude,
did you get a notebook for your tokens?
A notebook for my tokens? No, I do have a trade binder finally. Guys in my play group were like, "You need this," because they're like, "Oh, do you have this card?" I'm like, "No, it's at home." So now I carry all the good stuff with me.
Nice. Nice.
So interesting to hear different areas actually do trading or don't do trading.
Do y'all do trading, Max?
I rarely see trading around us. Yeah, we don't really see much trading around us anymore.
There's a lot of trading at Mothership, but I just don't participate in it really, unless it's like a super hot card from a brand new set that I pull at like a pre-release. I'm like, get out my collection and get something I want in my pocket now, because it's gonna go down.
I did a kind of a Commander Legendary draft with all the cards that just came out for the Commander decks and Ikoria. So we did like a football snake draft. So we're all picking the different Legendary ones.
Nice.
And then since that has happened, we've all started like trading the different Commanders to each other. So I'm hoping, because I just traded for an Aluna, that it doesn't tear its ACL. So fingers crossed. It has a good training camp and can get through it.
There you go.
It's not going to be a Peyton Manning.
This isn't fair. Joe's getting practice for the next rotisserie draft ahead of us.
Right.
This was 100% why I set this up, was so I could like help myself out.
Do better this year. Gotcha.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I did adequate for being a noob last year.
True. I mean, you got to the last table, so you know.
I did. It only cost me a friendship.
I mean, I feel like we're still friends, being that we're on this together right now.
Definitely. We're on a path of discovery together, and I would like to discover the next card.
Yep. Nice segue. Yeah. Bind. This is from Andy, Apex of Thunder, who I believe is in the
He's in chat.
Yeah. So this is 1 and a green instant. Counter target activated ability, draw a card. I'm 100% in on this. This is like Stifle. Like a
green Stifle.
Yeah, that's amazing. And
it draws you a card, which green struggles to do just as much as white.
Wait, what? Roll that back.
That's actually really cool. Zach, I feel like I would play this against your Kindred deck, actually.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna definitely put this in my new Sultai deck and my new what's it called for white black? No, yeah, white black green.
Abzan?
Abzan. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm building an Abzan deck. I
Ooh.
hate green white, but when you add black into the mix, I'm in. Actually, I look at it as having Orzhov, which I love, and adding green ramp to that.
That's fair. I think this is a meta-dependent card. Like, if you just see a bunch of activated abilities in your meta, sure, try it out. I mean, it can't stop land, so you can't stop, you can stop a fetch land, but you can't stop any other mana abilities.
Man, you'd have to have, like, what, turn 2 to be able to play this on someone cracking a fetch land?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you could draw a card off of it. That's a serious play. Like, you're definitely sending a message.
Yeah. The question is, what kind of message are you sending?
Yeah, that's definitely, you play this when somebody cracks one of those secret lair fetch lands, and you're like, yeah, I'm watching you, buddy.
Yeah. Man, I feel like this. I'd play this in my meta just because my meta contains Ryan.
Yeah.
True.
That'll stop new perf all day long.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I watched him. We played a game last night with some folks, and teaser for Saturday when Commander Social has 2 guests that we haven't announced yet. I should actually probably announce those. Oh yeah, Ryan and I said we were gonna announce it today, so it's gonna be the founders of Virtual EDH, the website. You heard it here first. So we played with them, and Ryan played Perforos and just like destroyed all of us.
Ooh, Andy said that he used Bind to counter an Aetherflux Reservoir once.
Did he?
Ooh.
Oh, I see.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
that's pretty amazing.
That's epic. That's the kind of stories I want to hear from my EDH games.
Yeah.
So let's see, what do we got next? This one's from Ryan Sullivan and the SHS Game Club. Joe,
nice.
That's your friend, right?
Yeah, so that's my friend, Ryan Sullivan. He's the teacher. It's at Spearfish High School. So glad to see that he got a card in Curator's Ward. It's a 2 and a blue for an enchantment aura. Enchanted permanent has hexproof. When enchanted permanent leaves the battlefield, if it was historic, draw 2 cards. Max, I feel like you've played this card before. And I've seen you like bounce this and draw 2 off of it. And
yeah, I run this in Brago. I abuse it really bad.
Yeah, I've seen you abuse this card, and I didn't think it was abusable, but you definitely proved me wrong.
Yeah, it's a fun card. It was when Dominaria was around for like draft. It was a bombing draft for me. Just put it on something that's legendary, block, it dies, you still get 2 cards off of it,
I wonder if this would be good. Like, I don't know, it may already be in there, but I've been like sort of testing out a deck that DJ made, Jumbo Commander.
Okay.
It was a Thassa who blinks or whatever, so it's a blink deck. So I put it on something, blink it, and then it comes back, Curator's Wrong goes away, and I get some cards.
Yeah.
I think that's good for 3.
Yeah, seems solid. And especially if you can continue to blink it and keep drawing cards off of it. I mean, 2 cards isn't anything to cough at.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so what do we have next? Uh-oh. Joe, this is for you.
Oh, hey. So we got all of these. John wanted to talk about the lockets. I wanted to discuss this ferocious feline, right?
All right.
This cat looks amazing. Very attentive. Its eyes are wide, so it is probably in attack mode. I would definitely watch out for that one.
Yeah.
When cats have their eyes super wide and they like lay down so you can scratch their belly, they're luring you into your doom. That's definitely a siren move. So
yeah, that you don't look that cat in the eyes, or it comes at you like a badger dinosaur.
That cat has haste. That cat has haste and is ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is an adorned pouncer right there.
Yeah. So
that thing is ready to attack. That is a straight Arabo altar. So
there we go.
So John's question was, how do we feel about the locket cycle from one of those Ravnica sets? Is this Allegiance or Guilds?
allegiance and guilds,
Is
I
it
believe.
both? Oh.
Yeah, half were in one, half were in the other.
Oh, that makes sense. So I listed lockets for everybody. Simic for me. Azorius under there for Max, and then I just figured Joe wanted Boros.
Of course, I think Boros is solid. Shout out to Kristen and Emily for always repping Boros. And PJ from Commander Replay. I've heard he does nasty things with Boros, so
He does.
glad they're still staying strong. It was also weird that WotC put out all like the Boros cards on like the last day. They just assumed everybody would like
nobody cares. These are just as bad as commons and uncommons. It's fine.
But from what I've heard, the Boros companion was really good. And Winota Rider. I heard she's really good also as far as attacks and goblins and that kind of stuff. So I was talking to Kristen and Emily again about that one. It seems like it'd be a solid build. So
I definitely want to pick up one of the companions because again I got Kenrith on the mind. I think
we all need a companion.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I'm not gonna play it as a companion. I'm just gonna play it in the 99 because it's another training grounds basically.
Yeah,
I'd say when I see the lockets, I always think of that one song. I got a locket full of sunshine.
Aw.
Oh, that's cute.
Some Natasha Bedingfield, I think. Right?
Yes. So I always think of that, and I feel like these are solid draft cards too. Being able to 3 kind of mana fix, and then if you don't have anything to do, being able to sack it just to draw the card, solid.
Would you play an EDH in your decks?
I do not own any of these to play in my Boros EDH deck. While Boros needs card draw, I think you could do better than a locket, but maybe someone who's more knowledgeable than I can correct me on that. And if they do so in the chat group, so be it.
I know my co-host Chris is a big fan of the lockets. He runs them when applicable because he just sees them as a late game draw engine. 3 mana, it comes in untapped. He can use it right away. 3 or 4 turns later, if he has nothing to do, he can pay 4 mana and draw a couple cards.
I'll play them too, but honestly, like if I'm like having to cut a card to put something good in, like these are one of the first cuts I make. But I don't think they're inherently bad.
No, they're definitely a way to make your deck more casual, and I know that term really isn't defined well anymore, but
Joe, tell us what casual EDH is.
CEDH or casual EDH is what we're talking about currently. So
wow.
Yep. Yeah. Casual EDH. All right, what's
casual
next?
EDH.
Hey, no problem, man. So I was looking at chat.
Yeah.
I was replying.
No problem, John.
So this is from Aunt Fillmore. A-N-T, not A-U-N-T, not my aunt. I don't have an aunt.
Bug, like Ant-Man.
Yeah, exactly. And I like this card. I like the art because it's from Mirage, and I played back then, but I've not read what it does, so I guess I should do that now. Delirium is 1 black-red for an instant. Play only on target opponent's turn. Tap target creature that player controls. That creature deals to the player an amount of damage equal to its power. The creature neither deals nor receives combat damage this turn. Interesting.
Super interesting.
I mean, the cost seems good.
I mean, that's the 3 mana burn spell that could be detrimental, or it could be a bust sometimes too.
Yeah,
that's it. I wish I had a Dana stack where I could be like, these number of commanders have this kind of power and would take it out. Like if it's a 7/6, something like that.
Dana, your next article should be about this. I know you're still here.
I know you're still watching.
Everyone at Dana Roach and tell him that he should write an article about Delirium.
Say that somebody made a comment about Reki.
Yeah. So let's see what's up.
I definitely feel this is what you cast against, like after Craterhoof comes down and pumps the whole team.
Yeah.
Something's gonna be like a 20/20 or something. You tap it down, and as long as they don't like sacrifice it in response, you're gonna dome them for 20 and stop that creature from attacking.
Yeah.
Pretty legit. So next up is Sudden Substitution. You might want to read that one.
Sweet. Sun substitution. So we have 2, a blue and a blue for an instant. This was from last year's pre-con decks, right?
Yep.
Split second. As long as this spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. Exchange control of target non-creature spell and target creature. Then the spell's controller may choose new targets for it.
Interesting.
I love this card. Like, and the airport from Vegas. This is from Michael Borchik. That's one of your friends, Joe, correct?
Yeah, that's one of the guys in my play group. He plays Kenrith, has some pretty sweet decks.
Nice.
So he submitted this one.
Yes, Dana, do some research. Yeah, he did. I've been talking to him some in the Commander social Discord, and legit guy. I like him. But yeah, Ryan and I sleeved up our pre-cons at the airport while we were waiting for our airplane when we were leaving Vegas, and we like saw this card and it's like, holy crap, this card's amazing. Like, I've definitely counted my own creature or exchange control of a non-target creature spell, and I've switched out a creature with somebody else's thing to get it. It's like, yeah, I don't care. Like, this card's real versatile. I like it a lot, and it's got split second, which is dope.
Yeah, split second's always really good. I've actually started going through and looking at all the split second cards to see what has it, what doesn't, what are some good ones that I might need to add to my collection. I like that it's Noah Bradley art too.
Yeah,
Noah Bradley's an awesome artist. He always does such a great job. And I like the pangolin. I'm trying to figure out what kind of creature that is that's being substituted. An otter?
I'm gonna say otter.
I think it's a dinosaur badger.
A dinosaur. Oh, now you're gonna start mixing creatures because you can.
Well, no, Dinosaur Badger, there's a legit card that's creature type is just straight up Dinosaur Badger. And Ryan and I had a discussion. Oh, hey, Henry.
Sudden spoiling. Yep.
Yeah.
Spoiling is one of the best split second cards.
It is. And Corrosion Grip, I love that card.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Grip's pretty good. Is it Angel's Grace?
Angel's Grace has split second. Yep.
Oh, thanks, Sandy. Surly Badgesaur. I was like, it's like a badger dinosaur, and I was like, is that crazier than a honey badger?
Probably. It's probably has a honey badger's attitude with like a
dinosaur's
honey badger's attitude with the dinosaur size.
The art's real good. I want to try to get Ryan like a print of it.
Ooh, don't let him know that.
Yeah.
Christmas time.
Yep. Let's see what we got next.
This card does so much work. I definitely agree.
Yeah, this card does work. Max.
What the?
Hey, I suggested this one as well.
Did you?
Why did you let me suggest so many cards, Zach?
Because you're our guest.
Oh, okay. We're talking about the King, Brago, King Eternal. 2 blue, white, flying, and he can blink a bunch of stuff when he hits you in the face.
Legit.
I tried to build a budget or like a cheap version, I guess, of Brago. And so as I was playing it, I had realized with like blinking everything, I was like, oh, this is a really strong ability. I don't think this should just be like a budget casual deck.
It could be. I've seen a lot of cool budget versions of this deck. I tend to not run the budget version. This would probably be my more competitive style deck, but it's
it's
fun.
a CDH deck. It's not a CEDH deck.
It's a casual EDH.
Yeah.
It's a casual CEDH is casual EDH deck is what it is.
Yeah.
Word.
Max, isn't this your like most pimped out altar deck?
No, this is one of my all foil decks.
Okay, all foil.
Oh,
okay.
Still pimped out.
Still pimped out, just shiny pimped out.
Nice.
Oh, we got a Burger King Eternal, never heard of it, and a trash card. So chat's letting us know how they're feeling about that.
Ouch.
See.
Didn't Brago die and then die again? Like, how bad do you have to be to die twice?
I mean, dying after being dead is impressive, though. You got to give him that much.
Yeah, like double death.
I mean, all the Ghost Council also died after death, and nobody's playing that Orzhov.
Dude, I love that card. Orzhov Ghost Council. Love it. Also, we got in a discussion. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. We had a discussion at work earlier about this. So if you're a vegan, and you have to eat another vegan because else you'll starve. Are you still a vegan?
No, you're eating
No.
meat.
Yeah, so what I thought was the first time, yes, but if you're a vegan who's eating a vegan who has already eaten a vegan, then you're not vegan anymore. And then we
No,
decided it was a point system, like you lose your veganism by how many other vegans you eat. I don't know. I tried to be
I think
vegan
you're trying to
once.
make this more complicated than playing casual Brago is.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, what's up next?
What?
Invigorate.
So we had a so glad when he got knifed, Kaya.
Thanks, Henry.
Yeah. Ooh,
Thanks, I feel the love.
invigorate. Invigorate is a 2 and a green for an instant. If you control a forest, which hopefully you do if you're playing this, rather than pay Invigorate's mana cost, you may have an opponent gain 3 life. So scratch that. You don't need a forest. Target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn.
Oofda.
It's pretty good. I wish I
This
gave
one seems-
trample.
I mean, this one definitely seems fun, especially if you have some kind of infect creature that you
Yeah.
can pump it up with 4.
Mhm.
It definitely seems to be how you want to use this. I'm not sure if you would use this in a Max says he's dead, but a Rafik deck.
Is Rafiki there?
Ooh,
Rafiki?
that would be interesting.
Is
you
that the
know.
Wizards, the Magic the Gathering Lion King crossover?
Yeah.
Man, it's so sad how far Rafik has fallen from grace now. I'm going to build a Rafik deck and try to do an infect just so I can kill you, Zack.
Sweet. I'm working on a new infect deck. It's going to be dope.
Makes me want Berserk. Yep,
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that in chat.
Yeah.
But imagine if you played Invigorate, gave somebody else the 3 life for a secret commander, and then you berserked on top of that.
I mean, you're already getting the 3 life back as long as you hit them, whoever you gave the 3 life, because this is giving +4/+4. I just like the mass overwhelming stampedes, overruns that give trample as well. Trample is pretty key on those cards.
That's why I like Rancor so much.
Yeah.
Max, are you saying that for this, that you're giving the 3 life to the player that you're going to hit? You wouldn't like politically give someone else 3 life and then smack a different player?
No, I typically go back on my deals. So.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. Hey,
I
Joe.
mean,
to me.
Hey, Joe.
I mean,
we're never.
You're never gonna team up with me.
No, we're never gonna play with you.
Dana says if I build Calamex Infect combo tricks, I'd run it. I think Calamex is looking too popular to build though. Sad simulacrum face.
Aww.
Which one's Calamex? Is that a new
He's
card?
It's this.
He's the spell slinging dino in the teamer deck.
Oh.
Dang, more than 80 decks. It looks like it has on EDH track. Yeah, it's the Stegosaurus, the light up Stegosaurus thing.
Oh, the Lightning Stegosaurus?
Yeah.
Ryan's in love with that card. I don't think he's building it.
I would be afraid
then
if he's in love with that. Wait, does it copy instants or sorceries?
Just instants. So
what?
Nexus
How many?
of Fate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is Nexus of Fate's the only extra turn spell I can think of for an instant, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you play this in Dramoka, Max Invigorate?
I already run Berserk, and I think that's just better too because it's going to give it +5 +0, and Berserk is just I can use it on my opponent's stuff to destroy, as a removal spell too. We've talked about that on our show.
How are you gonna tell this viewer that your card's better than his, Max? It's messed up.
Thank you for suggesting the card.
Deeper.
For Berserk.
Deeper. All right, what's next? Oh, this is our last card. We got a card from hashtag Get Big John.
Who is that?
You guys met him?
Yeah.
It's crazy because there's some people that are like, I have no idea who this is, but they say Get Big John, and other people are gonna go back and look at this and be like, wait, Get Big John? Like I can actually see him?
Yeah, no, this is a real picture of Big John. I was told I could use it as long as I didn't use it for merchandise.
Was this picture taken in Austin?
Yeah, he was there.
That big ass house.
Yep.
That's the disco ball room. So in that room, there's a disco ball that you can turn on and light up. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, John's a good dude. I've known him for a while, but he plays those aggressive decks that my decks just can't handle. But this is the card he suggested.
Henry says, I've been got by Big John before. I feel like a lot of us have.
Yeah.
And Dana says, yeah, but you can run all the instant fork type cards to then double copy the extra turns if you want to be that guy.
Don't let Ryan want to be that guy.
I do too. Wait, how much are forks now? Like, go to the grocery store, get a 10-pack?
Yeah, I think I have some fancy copper ones.
Fancy copper one? What?
Well, it's like copper colored. I don't think you can actually eat with copper.
Yeah.
What about forks? Like, will those work?
Yeah. I think copper's okay. I think it's lead that you don't want to eat with.
I'm surprised there's not an uncard called Spork.
Well, there you go. Next unset.
Yep.
Gavin, hit me up.
Right. Spork. I was like, just at Mark Rosewater, dude. He'll get you going. So,
somebody else is gonna claim that one, and I'll see it later, and it'll be what it is.
Because we all know that Watsy's watching everything I do because it's a vast conspiracy.
That's why they keep giving you Boros cards.
That's true. I get that Boros card in my secret layer. I'll mail you those cards eventually, Max. Once Chrono Dome
no problem.
And then they give us a Boros preview card. Like, I think they're trying to send a message to lay off, but I'm not because I'm an adult.
Okay. I didn't bring my tinfoil hat tonight. You should have warned me.
Dude, I'm always wearing. I'm like the dude on Watchmen. I got like that special foil under all my hats and my jeans. Well, shorts lately.
Yeah.
I don't want to get got. But here's the card that Big John suggested. This feels like a Big John card to me.
Definitely feels like a Big John card.
Micaeus the Unhallowed. It's for 3 black. It's a legendary creature zombie cleric, 5/5 with Intimidate. Whenever a human deals damage to you, destroy it. Other non-human creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Undying, which means when a creature with Undying dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, return it to the battlefield to its owner's control and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Does this count for tokens?
No.
Okay, I wasn't sure. How do you
tokens
know?
Tokens hit the yard and exile immediately.
Micaeus is interesting because he went from mono white to then mono black.
Sure.
Mono black. Yeah, that's right. He was mono white in Innistrad, mono black in Dark Ascension.
I like the if you could find kind of the letters that Gisa and Geralf sent back and forth to each other when they're like arguing about who's the better necromancer, and then also talking about wanting to kill Micaeus. It's definitely an interesting storyline to read back and forth, to see the sibling rivalry and to see what ends up happening to Micaeus. That whole storyline was one I really enjoyed. Micaeus is definitely strong. I think people do, the Mike and Trike?
Yep, definitely. That's what it's known for.
I don't know. What is this? What's the Trike?
Triskelion.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Somebody, Big Papa in the chat said this and the Moth are disgusting.
Oh, yeah, because the Moth is going to bring it back, put a flying counter on it, and get +1/+1, and anything else that died that turn.
I mean, this is all straight up going in my Abzan deck.
I was waiting for it. I was like, he's going to mess this up. Just wait.
I thought he was going to say Kenrith. I really thought he was going to say Kenrith.
Dude, I don't know why. Like, I'm real obsessed with the idea of this Kenrith deck because I feel like it's on the less CEDH, casual EDH side of things. It's a little more competitive, and it's like running all the like dirty stuff that like I want to run in my other decks. Like, said like the Stasis and the
it's a scumbag deck.
Yeah, no, for sure. It straight up is. Like,
nice.
One of the guys in my play group, he has a Kenrith deck, and I've got to pilot it a few times. And it's always been fun trying to figure out the lines and how do I get out of this and how do I win. He doesn't have the mana like super tuned or anything, but I've seen it pull rabbits out of its hat and win a lot of different times. So just kind of the cool, fun thing about the deck. He keeps updating it, adding different things. Normally when we play, at some point in the night, he's like, all right, time to bring out the king. But he wasn't happy with me one game. He brought out the king, and then I used a fractured identity on it. So it killed his king, and then we all got a king.
Nice.
And I was like, I didn't care what I did the rest of the game. I was like, well, that was it for me. That felt good.
Nice. Also, apparently, Henry is saying Micaeus brings back the moth as well, so I don't hate
So they're
that.
best buds.
Yeah, they're best besties. Do they have
A boy and his moth.
Does one
Is
of
that
these
like
have
give a mouse
companions?
a cookie, but better?
I think so.
If you give a moth a zombie cleric.
If you give a moth undying.
Yeah.
Legit. And I'm pretty sure that's our last card. Yep, that's our
Yep.
last card. So
All
now to
right.
the wrapping it up. What is happening here?
Whoop.
Okay, got it. So, if you want to have a card on an episode of Zack Talks Joe featuring Zack Talks Joe. Zack Talks Magic cards featuring Joe Hofmann and hopefully a different guest pretty regularly. Follow us on Twitter at Magic Card Talk and send us a DM with your a card you want to see, and please follow us since it's a new Twitter account, and I think literally myself and Ryan are the ones following it.
I followed and then blocked you immediately.
Legit. I appreciate that. So you can find
after
me.
this, yeah, he's gonna start spamming us and reporting us.
True. These two guys. So if you want to find me, I'm on Twitter at Z4CK38. And what about you, Joe?
And if you want to chat with me, if you want to let me know what your turnip prices are in Animal Crossing, definitely need them high turnip prices. Hit me up at Ginger Joe. The O in Joe is a 0 because as a CCO guys would say, I'm a 0.
Oh, I thought because you had 0 turnips.
Because I did sell my turnips prematurely because I got tired of waiting for high turnip prices. So I bent at like 150. I spent 90. I bent at 150. I saw people at 400. So I'm trying to get them. I will bend again. I will bend the knee for like 160 or above. So if you got the turnip prices, let me know.
Last Sunday, first off, I'm not really, or not this past time, but Sunday before last, I'm not really one to get up at like stinking before noon on Sundays. So I time traveled and I got some turnips and I kept waiting for my thing. And it started, like I bought them for like 98 coins or whatever, or bells. And then it was like 105. And I was like, it's going to go up. And then it just steadily went down the rest of the week. So I decided to time travel again. And the turnips got demolished.
They were all moldy.
Yep.
That's what you get, little T.
Well, I'm just not going to mess with that turnip market.
I would not mess with time travel. It's not the turnip market.
And if you're gonna mess with time travel, mess with it for a better reason than Animal Crossing.
Right.
I mean, I definitely do it in Pokemon too. So, Max, this is your time to talk about yourself and your podcast.
So you can hear me twice a week on CMDR Central every Monday and Thursday, and you can find me on Twitter at CMDRCentral_Max.
And you can also check me out again if you want twice a week on Wednesdays with Commander Social, a podcast I co-host with Ryan Green, and you can get that wherever you get podcasts and stuff. So
I would also like to jump in and say I started an article series with Andy. He was on. He had some preview cards. So we write and create content aimed at kids like 7 to 13, just getting into Magic, and for parents that are trying to get their kids into Magic. So we've been doing some deck tech, some different whys on teaching your kids, trying to expand that a little bit. So if you'd like to check out our articles, really appreciate that, and that would be great.
When's your next one coming out, dude?
We just had part 2 come out of a Jasaf deck tech, so I inspired Andy to watch Jurassic Park this weekend.
Nice.
You all should watch Jurassic Park 2. It is a classic movie. It is solid.
Legit.
Nice.
I'll definitely. Is there a tweet out about it?
Yes, there is a tweet out about it. I can tweet it again. I will constantly be tweeting. Again, you can find me on Twitter. You can also find Andy. He's an awesome guy to get to chat with, and I'm glad I got to partner up with him on this one.
Legit. Yeah, we'll definitely retweet it from our Magic Card Talk Twitter.
Woo.
Yeah. Also, let us know if we should change that name if it's dumb. I came up with it.
Still a work in progress. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please be safe. Please take care of yourself. Everything's crazy out there, but appreciate everybody who tuned in to talk cards with us.
For sure.
Yeah,
Right.
thanks everyone.
Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.